Hello everybody, my name is Nathan Sivu and welcome to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. This is made possible by the Xbox One Twitch app. I do apologize, in this particular Let's Play series the quality is not the greatest and sometimes the stream does glitch a little bit, but hopefully you'll still be able to enjoy the show and hopefully in my next Let's Play series I'll be able to improve that. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the game with me. Okay, so before I get into the gameplay of this one, I'm going to do an introduction video with the backstory. Now normally I would just go into the backstory option here, but last time I tried to do that, Twitch muted me. And I don't really want that to happen, so I've actually just got it on my phone here, and I'm just going to read through it straight off my phone, just so there's no risk of any muting happening. Okay. There lived a man who was a legend among mercenaries, a man who put together a formidable unit of soldiers of fortune, long before the advent of private military companies that dared to call itself a nation. A man with his nation at his back made an enemy of modern capitalist society and the world. This is his story. Law and Order reference. Okay. So I'm going to do my best to do this reading here. Known by code names such as Snake and later Big Boss, he proved himself as an agent of U.S. Special Forces Unit Fox, but a certain incident spurred him to part ways with the military, and he is said to have roamed the world's war zones as gun for hire. In 1974, Snake and his partner Kazuhira Miller were running a small mercenary outfit in Colombia when they were visited by a man claiming to be a professor from Costa Rica's University for Peace. According to this professor, there had been several incidences involving a mysterious armed group in Costa Rica, a country without a military of its own. The professor was accompanied by one of his students, a girl named Paz, who had been abducted and assaulted by this group. The professor and Paz offered to hire Snake to drive the group out of Costa Rica. However, Snake saw through their deception in an instant. The professor was actually a KGB agent, and the armed group in question, backed by the CIA, the Cold War, was no stranger to such overseas clandestine operations between U.S. and Soviet agents, but the CIA's motives were a mystery. Paz had escaped from one of the CIA's group's facilities with a cassette tape. On it was the voice of a woman known as the Mother of Special Forces, the Boss. With a popular song from 1973 playing in the background, it was reasonable to conclude that the recording was made recently. Snake was stunned. The Boss was supposed to be dead. What was she doing in Costa Rica? The Boss was Snake's mentor, and the only woman he ever loved. But 10 years prior, Snake was forced to take the Boss's life as part of a mission, a bitter memory that still haunted him. Despite realizing that she simply could not have survived, Snake was unable to turn the professor down, telling himself he was intervening as a deterrent for a defenseless country, as well as to honor the virtue of Paz's name, peace. Snake departed for Costa Rica. Once there, he ran into the Sandinista National Liberation Front that had fled Nicaragua. After rising up against the pro-American Somoza regime, Somoza, that's like an Indian food, these rebels had become targets for the CIA group, who killed their commandant and left the unit in shambles. Snake Snake rescued the Sandistas and invited them back to Mother Base, the new offshore base of operations provided to them by the KGB. The fallen commandant's children, Amanda and Chico, saw something in their Che Guevara in Snake. I'm not sure what that word is, I'm sorry, and grew to idolize him. This triggered a rapid expansion of Snake's forces. However, he was still no closer to discovering what the CIA was really up to in Costa Rica. Snake then encountered Huey, a wheelchair-bound scientist being forced to work for the CIA. Huey revealed the CIA's terrifying plot. They were developing a system by which, following radar detection of an enemy nuclear launch, an AI would analyze all available data and automatically execute a retaliatory nuclear strike at the appropriate targets. Although designed to increase the power of nuclear deterrence, Coldman, the CIA's Central American station chief, planned to actually launch a nuke to demonstrate the effectiveness of automated retaliation. This demonstration was only 5 days away. Snake rushed to the development lab to stop their AI from being completed. Oh, for those of you who don't know, Huey that they mentioned, that's Huey Emmerich, which would be Hal Emmerich's father or grandfather, can't remember, sorry. Upon infiltrating the lab, Snake was greeted by the voice from the tape. That voice of his mentor. But this was in fact the voice of a retaliatory system AI. Its developers, Dr. Strangelove, had selected the boss, the so-called greatest soldier who ever lived, as the AI's intellectual model. However, succumbing to personal obsession, Strangelove had deviated from the research's original purpose. Not only had she reproduced the boss's voice, she was on the verge of bringing her psyche back to life in AI form, driven by a bizarre kind of love. What if the boss could truly be revived in every detail, if only in AI form? Snake hesitated as Strangelove's idea touched his sense of loss. His guard down, Snake was immediately captured. The boss AI was completed, and Peace Walker, the nuclear-equipped walking battle tank housing the retaliatory AI's system, went active. We're almost done here, 8 of 11 pages. Snake fought in vain as Peace Walker prepared to fire the nuke. But in the face of catastrophe, it was ultimately a machine that saved mankind from nuclear annihilation. The boss's AI sank Peace Walker to the bottom of Lake Nicaragua, stopping the launch. With the crisis behind him, Snake took advantage of his recent mobilization to continue Mother Base's expansion indefinitely. Snake understood that the AI had acted to save the world, but that did not change the fact that this system based on the boss's mind had chosen at the last to lay down its weapon. As a weapon himself, Snake felt this act to be a rejection of his own life. Undeterred, Snake and Miller invited Doctors Huey and Strangelove to Mother Base to develop Metal Gear Zeke, a bipedal weapon that eventually equipped with a nuclear warhead, suddenly making their unit a nuclear power. 9 of 11 pages. Meanwhile, Mother Base took in Paz, already an orphan, but now left without even her KGB benefactor to follow the end of this crisis. However, this was all engineered by an intelligence agency known as Cypher. Under Cypher's orders, Paz got close to Amanda, Chico, and the others while exploring more and more of the base, secretly plotting to hijack Zeke. Her objective was to use the weapon as a bargaining chip to force Snake into becoming the military arm for Cypher. Paz's attempt failed when Snake defeated Zeke, and she was thrown beneath the waters of the Caribbean. It was only then that Snake learned that Chico had fallen in love with her. A diary she kept while on the base was discovered several days later. It revealed a young girl torn between serving Cypher and the following her heart. 10 of 11? Perhaps due to Paz's revealing the existence of Snake's nuke to Cypher, the International Atomic Energy Agency contacted Mother Base to request that agree to a nuclear inspection. If word got out that Snake's unit had a nuclear weapon, it would face severe criticism from around the world. But Huey, acting on his own, informed the IAEA that Mother Base would allow the inspection. His reasoning was that as long as they kept Zeke and its nuke hidden from the inspectors, they could demonstrate to the international community that they were not a threat. The option to call off the inspection having expired, Snake and his men reluctantly got preparations underway. Meanwhile, Amanda deployed to Cuba to assist the Sandinistas, I'm sorry, I can't say that word, learning that Paz had survived. The timing could not have been worse. Suspecting her of turning her back on the organization, Cypher had captured Paz and was interrogating her at a U.S. military base on the southern tip of Cuba. Chico learned of this and set out to save Paz himself. It was not long before a radio message from Chico reached Mother Base, saying he too had been captured. Here's the last page, guys. With an idea as to Cypher's true identity, Snake could not allow what Chico and Paz knew to fall into their hands. Furthermore, if he could rescue Paz, he might be able to get information from her that would help him fight back against Cypher. On the eve of the nuclear inspection, Snake made the decision to leave for Cuba. Wow, I actually got through reading that. I find it a lot easier to read on my phone than it is to read off the screen. Twitch might have muted me for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the gameplay going here. And to those of you watching the stream right now, all 3 of you, yay! I'm just going to get the intro going, and then as soon as it gets to the gameplay portion, I'm going to turn the stream off just to save that portion of the stream because this is going to be uploaded to YouTube later. And I don't want Twitch to mute a big half-hour portion of it, so I can at least easily do this part over again if they end up muting it. So here we go. So for those of you watching the stream, just stick around. I will effectively stop the stream after the intro is done, but I'll be right back on afterwards. Alright, here we go. Going on hard. In the era when the world was divided into the East and West, the boss, the mother of special forces, and hero of World War II, defected to the Soviet Union. Oh, that's too quick. Under the orders of the U.S. government, her final apprentice, Naked Snake, took her life. But the boss says, "Oh, start mission." And those graphics are phenomenal. Look at that jacket! Man, that jacket looks amazing! Yeah, graphically this is the most impressive next-gen game I've played so far. I played the Destiny beta, hugely fun. When that comes out, I'm probably going to start streaming that. Although I wasn't all that impressed graphically with Destiny. I expected a bit more from next-gen. I mean, it's still good, but, you know, not always about graphics. Okay, I won't talk now.
told us everything. Don't worry, I kept my word. She didn't suffer long.
Oh.
Here. You earned it. How's it feel to play the traitor? No more war games. You're a real man now, soldier.
Richard Chico. Valor can have labor. Oh, that was way too quick. Ah! He kept his friggin' headphone plugs in his chest.
Give my regards
Ow!
to your boss when you get home.
Looked all infected and shit. Oh, jeez. Looks painful and itchy. Okay, I'll talk a little bit at this part because it's just music playing. Wow. So I was just saying to the people earlier on the stream that after this intro is done and it gets to the gameplay, I'm going to stop the stream, but then I'm going to come right back into it because I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube, and I'm hoping that Twitch won't mute this section because of the music. So I'll just stop it so I've got two different saved streams. Because it's easy to re-record this part if I have to.
"10 days ago, we got reports that Paz was still alive.
She survived.
She was rescued by a Belizean fisherman who found her drifting in the Caribbean.
So what's the plan? Silence her before we're compromised?
No, I've got something else in mind. Our friends at Cypher suspect Paz could be a double agent. She's being held for interrogation at a camp on the southern tip of Cuba.
Black site. Nice. A slice of American pie on communist soil, and out of U.S. legal jurisdiction.
The upcoming inspection of Mother Base has to be connected somehow. The timing's too perfect.
The UN's nuclear inspection.
My guess is they're trying to corroborate Paz's leak.
We're an army without a nation.
Word of our capabilities gets out, and we'll have the whole world out to shut us down. Having an American private intelligence agency involved's bad news. Cypher's the ones who sent Paz to us in the first place.
She knows their true nature.
Right. Paz is our only link to Cypher. If she's still alive, we need her on our side.
I gotta say, when I first heard that Kiefer Sutherland was going to voice Snake, I was really upset that it wasn't still David Hayter. But after hearing him do the voice acting for Snake, I think it's perfect. I think he might even be better than David Hayter. I don't know if it's going to piss some people off, but that's how I feel.
Trojan horse is in.
I know I'm going to hate that guy. I know I'm really going to want to kill him. Skullface. Commander of the XOF. Identity unknown.
Pirate crackdowns are go. Move.
I don't like you. Man, look at the rain drip down his jacket and his head. It's so real.
So who's the other target?
That would be Chico. He's being held in the same area as Paz. Last radio contact was 40 hours ago. Find them both. Bring them back alive. Enter the compound from the south cliff. Secure Chico and Paz, then report back from the rendezvous point.
There's all Snake's collectibles. Not gonna bother trying to find those, by the way.
We'll send a chopper from across the Cuban border. You should be back at Mother Base in time for lunch. You'll probably just miss our guests. The
I could
only catch is
feel the helicopter flying over.
the politically sensitive nature of the mission means backup is not an option.
Fine. I like some alone time now and then. I'm in front of the prison camp.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Fan service. Kiefer Sutherland. Awesome.
Chico and Paz are being held in an old, unused part of the compound. Get inside and head northeast.
How long do you suppose they put one of those in cell phones?
Mission info has been updated.
This is an infiltration mission. You've got to stay out of sight. Before you go any further, use your binoculars to recon the area.
Good game. That was fun. I hope you had as much fun as I did. That is it for this episode. If you liked what you saw, then comment, subscribe, like, and of course share it on your favorite social network. If you want to see me playing live, you can follow me on Twitch. The link is in the description. I am Nathan Sifu, and I will see you in the next game. Who's done?